when it comes to people and politicians, I don't understand why politicians, they always do this. Politicians always do this. Every time you get near a politician, mostly a Republican politician, sometimes a Democratic politician, but mostly a Republican politician, he always announces, hey, for instance, I'm Terrence McNair and I'm a Christian. They always say, I am this, I'm a Republican, and I love God. God told me to do this, do that, and the third. God told me to run for president. God said that it's best for the country to work like this. God loves America and no place else, kind of like the head of state. And it's not to that extreme, but honestly, kind of is to that extreme. Because when it comes to the Republican Party running for any kind of high office, they always put God into it. They always say that God is the one who chose them to run for president. For instance, Rand Paul and Ted Cruz, they both added God in their presidential announcements. Rand Paul said, and that's why, with the help of God and my family, I'm deciding to run for president. Ted Cruz said, I'm going to run for president because God and country. McCain said God and country. Mavericky. God and this and that and everything. Hillary Clinton announced her presidential campaign. Didn't say one word. Didn't say G, O, nor D. Ain't say God at all. She didn't say Jesus. Obama, when he announced, he didn't say God, Mary, Jesus, Christianity. They didn't say any of that stuff. Every Republican I ever know, Marco Rubio, said God, and God's influence in my life helped me run for president. But why is it that God has to be in politics? Why is it that, when maybe not Republicans, like I said, maybe it's just politics in general, why is it that religion has to play so much of an effect on politics? Religion plays effect on politics to a level that I've never even been able to begin to fathom. I don't understand. It's so crazy. Why? Because Republicans love them some God. And I love God myself too, but it's not to the point where it's that I have to put him in every single part of my political campaign. Because it's disrespectful to a point, because if somebody's trying to vote for you and they don't believe in your higher power, they're gonna not want to vote for you. You mean to tell me that you're gonna take away somebody's vote? I don't want your vote just because you don't believe in what I believe in? That's a Republican message if you think about it. It really is, because if I'm a Christian and I'm a devout Christian and you are an atheist, or you practice Judaism or whatever, you are not going to vote for me. You're going to vote for the Democratic candidate because they're more lenient, they're more secular, and then the Republican Party, I guess, is more sacred. God plays a position in marriage, in procreation, in baby making. He plays a part in everything. Why does he have to play a part in everything? When it comes to politics, I'm saying, not in life. In life, I understand, but when it comes to politics, why does he have to play a part in everything? Because Americans are just love God. They love the idea of religion, and that religion has to be in everything. But it cannot be in politics. That's why they offer a separation between the church and the state, because it's not good. As you notice that it never goes well. Religion and politics need to be separate. Church and state, man, they need to be separate. You need to keep religion out of politics, so that way somebody who doesn't believe in your religion may believe in your values, but they're not going to vote for you if you keep ramming God down their throats. It's not going to happen. And a lot of people don't understand that. Like with Ted Cruz went to Liberty University. Liberty University is the number one of the, not the first, is the number one Christian college in the entire freaking world. And he decided to walk himself inside the stage of Liberty University and announce his candidacy. And he centered it around his story, saying that God put him in a position where he can run for president now. I'm sorry, Ted Cruz, but you're not going to win this election. So what does that say to God in your mind? if you're put in a position to run for president and you're not going to win this election. If you run against Hillary Clinton, you are going to lose 50 states, dog. 50 states. I'm sorry, but you are. Rand Paul also said, God, help me make the decision. And you know what? That one I'm cool with, because if you believe that God helped you make a decision, then that's fine. But don't put it into your speech. Do it before your speech, like, hey, I believe in God, and, I believe that just because I believe in God, you don't have to absolutely, positively believe in what I believe in. But I respect your religion or lack of religion. A lot of Democrats do that. But McCain, for one, he based his idea off of God and maverickness. But it just doesn't, it's not supposed to work out like that, because you're supposed to be able to separate church and state. You're supposed to be able to say, hey, I love Jesus Christ. I'm a Southern Baptist. And I don't like abortions, and I don't like same-sex marriage. But we're in a different world right now where it's okay for that to happen. So I'm not going to intrude your rights just because I believe in something. It's a social issue. It's not even an economic issue. If it was an economic issue, I can understand, say, look, man, I believe in God, and you should too. End of story. But it's a social issue. Get out of it. Get off the idea, man. But people don't want to do that. People want to instead throw religion down your throats. I will tell you the perfect story that happened to me. This happened back in 2011, I believe, or 2010, where I was at a meeting upstairs. I was studying, and then I was talking to some guy, and it was an atheist group on campus. And I asked him, I said, hey, why are you atheist? And I used to hate atheists because I didn't understand them. I used to hate them for not believing in God. How can you not believe in God? Like, what can you not believe? It's Jesus Christ, man. But he explained to me, he told me a story of how he looked up to religion so much so that he lost his own self. At least, he tried to tell me that he looked up to religion and religion failed him. So he used that energy that most people put on religion and he put in himself. In that case, that's really, really, really smart. To use the energy that you put in religion to put in yourself. That's smart. But what I heard is that he put too much time into his religion and then expected everything to come to him at once. Now that's where he made the mistake. So he became an atheist because he believed that if you pray and pray and pray and look up to God so much that it's going to come to a point in time where you don't have to do a thing and God's going to do everything for you. That's not the case. Not even at all. But at the same time, I told him, I said, hey man, I understand where you're coming from because I like the fact that you use the energy that you put in religion and you use it for yourself. A lot of people can't do that. A lot of people who stuck in religions, they use it to the point where it's that religion takes over their life. And everywhere they go, they're God this, God that. And again, that's their lifestyle now. And that's not a problem. But the problem is that when you live your life so godly that you forget your own self. And you're not supposed to do that. God wouldn't want you to do that. Jesus wouldn't want to do that. Mary wouldn't want you to do that. Hell, the devil might. You say, yo, I'm cool with it.